how Amaya said you insult her.
Oh, what?
I said like how Amaya said you insult her. Sometimes you do say some crazy stuff.
Like what did I say to you?
Nothing recently, but back a couple months ago, you were saying some crazy stuff,
Like,
and that's why I wasn't
told
coming
you
over.
About what you need to have?
No.
What? So what I said crazy?
Right at this moment, I can't remember, but back before when we were like going back and forth, and we would talk, and then we wouldn't talk.
Because I told you need to have some money.
No.
I said you need to have your own bank account. That's what I told you.
And I do have my own bank account.
Okay.
We don't have a joint bank account.
Okay. I said because if Greg ever get crazy, you need to have your own money.
Yeah, I have my own bank account.
Okay. I said you need to have enough rent money and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's nothing I don't have any shame in saying.
What do you think of that, Greg? What do you think about her mother telling her that?
I think the stun gun should be put away before I speak my mind.
It's put away. What do you think? What do you honestly, how do you feel about her mother telling her that? And before you answer, before you answer that, what do you feel about her mother telling her that? Think as if you had a daughter and you were telling your daughter that. So now, Greg, how do you feel about her mother telling her that?
Not too good. I obviously have made fairly deep commitment today to push the wedding up, which is very highly, inconvenient to make it so soon. But because of her mother's wishes and wanting to be so quickly, we pushed the wedding date up to this year. I would have been very happy in the day before the opinion of her mother and changing it. Was happy with having a little bit of a longer engagement so I could have saved up the money, for it a little bit longer. But they wanted to do it, and Mom talked her into it, and it was just okay. So that's.
Mom,
No.
Okay, hold on. No?
I said to you, let me tell you what I said. I didn't talk you into it because we never even talked about your day. I said, this is what I said. I said, when you have long engagements, you never get married. These are and I said, whatever I say to you, hold on, and I'm not upset. Whatever I say to you, I say in front of Greg. I said, I didn't raise you to be anybody's living girlfriend. Okay? Mm-hmm. And I said, if he wants to be with you, you guys need to go ahead and set the date and get married. Greg was okay with a 2, 3, 4 year engagement. He was okay with that. And he openly admitted that. Mm-hmm. And I said, I didn't raise you to be anybody's living girlfriend. And I said, don't go moving and doing all these things for his career because he can leave at any time. And I said, have you a bank account and have some money for some rent in your bank account because he can flip at any time. Mm-hmm. You guys are your first boyfriend, first real girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Anything can change. You got upset about that.
I did get upset about that because you kept saying it.
But I'm giving you, mother, it is my right to tell you that because this is the truth. I like Greg. It's not anything against Greg. I would tell you if it was Greg, Bob, anybody. But this is reality and these are things that can happen. And I said, don't have a long engagement because guess what happens? You don't get married. You don't get married.
A lot of the time.
Most of the time.
But Greg,
get married.
My dad was gonna give us $10,000 cash to use on honeymoon, anything, because he was gonna get a big payday from the state. That's why it would have been a little bit easier to have done that. I mean, I don't care if I want to go get, do something in the church and then have like the wedding ceremony later. I mean, that doesn't make a difference to me.
I said, Daddy, I could go get married and don't tell anybody you're married. But don't have a long engagement. I told you that. You don't have to have a big wedding. You guys could get married any day and don't have to tell anybody. And just be married and then have a big wedding. But don't have a long engagement because you're no one's living girlfriend. And he owes you. If he wants to live with you and play house, then he wants to marry you.
she's speaking to you as if you are what you are. You're a queen. So,
and
like,
I told you that. I said
she's
I
telling you that.
raised you
Yeah.
that.
That's sound advice that she's giving you. Right? I mean, the way, same thing she said. I've been on this earth longer than you. I've seen many things happen, and I'm just telling you what I know. But Greg, the question that I asked is, would you give that advice to your daughter if you had a daughter? The same advice that she just gave to her daughter. If your daughter was with a guy, would you give her the same advice that she gave her daughter?
This is definitely wise to have her career and her money set and separate and not to be dependent on me. Which is never ever what I wanted to do. Because, I mean, first of all, I mean, that's a lot to be supported.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm still pretty early on my career, and I want her to do better at her career, which is only what I've ever supported for her.
Mm-hmm.
And with moving, I'm only looking at places that is going to be places that she can further her career. That's the only places we're looking at moving. I mean, it's not even something where, you know, I'm going to have, and that's why I've been trying to work so hard to make sure I'm the top in the company so we can have our pick of anywhere that she wants to go for her career. I mean, because I can pick anywhere. I mean, if I wasn't number one, they would just send me to Boondock, Missouri or wherever. I mean, who knows where they'd send me anywhere. But now that I'm number one, I get to pick where we want to go. So they can pick wherever she thinks is going to be best for her career. Which is going to be good for her career because she's the dead-end job now anyway. I mean, this is the end of the line for your job anyway. So, and that wasn't like really ever a thing, you know.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Dave. Right now, you know, the wedding date that y'all have set, you really don't want that wedding day? You really didn't want to get married that day? If you could change it right now, would you change it?
I'll push it back
How far back?
a couple years so we could like really have the wedding that we want.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, Sean. I hear you, but I'm not getting married at a time that somebody else wants me to get married. I don't care if it's my mother, my father. I don't care who it is. I gotta get married when I feel is right for me to get married. Even though your advice is, is 100. It's 100%. It's beautiful. It's the same advice that I would give to my daughter. But I'm not getting married because you want me to get married at a certain
and
time.
I don't even want y'all to get married early.
Advice from
That's
Jay.
not my advice to get married early. That was never